Hello and welcome to Rolling Escapades, episode 25, part 2. Dungeons & Dragons, round table, have fun. Woo!
That one.
Yeah. Part 1, you had a stag dude and Shade got drugged and tramp stamped.
Yep.
That about sums
Yeah,
it up.
that's fucking accurate. You're
It's all
welcome.
good and part of the tramp, apart from the tramp stamp.
Yeah, but you don't know about that.
No,
so
I
it's all
don't.
right.
So part 2,
Yeah.
our sponsor is Destai, our artist Christopher Rolls is in part 1, description for the links. Cool, so it is the morning of the wedding. The 7 of you have to go collect your suits nice and early, which is wonderful.
Does Del come with me?
Not to get the suit.
No, obviously, but I mean to the wedding. Like, does she have did she find appropriate dress and everything?
She is. You currently don't know.
Okay.
Because you didn't stay. You didn't stay at the.
No, I went home.
You went home, and she was doing her own thing. So maybe not.
Oh yeah, I look good.
I didn't check if weapons were allowed. I'll shoot they are.
Knowing the crowd, probably, yeah.
Probably advisable.
Cool. The morning, you had to pick the suits up relatively early comparative to the time of the wedding, so you just sort of hang around as people always do on the day of a wedding. You just hang around not doing anything.
Fancy a quick one?
Yeah,
Sure.
seems like the done thing.
Where are we going again?
I was going to say, it's only you lot.
You don't drink?
Not before one.
Are you going to wear the mask at the wedding? I don't think you should.
Depends, there are any monsters to slay.
Other than
Still true.
There's a sort of sweet look at me, I'm like, yeah, no, he's right.
I mean, if you paint it purple and black, I'm sure it'll be fine.
We can do that.
That might go against their code though. Oh, I'm not there, sorry.
A little purple and black paw print, maybe? Just a one shot.
That's what we should have done for the thingy.
I would like to, but I won't detract from It's Shade's day. I would make a big scene at his wedding. Any other event, and I would have been all for this.
Yeah, we could have put paw prints on his hands.
Oh, I think that was a bit too obvious.
Oh, we would
Did
have
he
died
see
the
that?
moment he'd seen it.
Oh, absolutely. We probably wouldn't have woken up.
We'll do it next time.
You're suggesting
Yes,
he's
because
going
he's
to
going to get married.
again?
Yes.
Oh, next time he manages to knock him out again.
No. Oh.
Have any of you met the bride?
No.
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 Is there actually a bride?
Seeing as we've gone to this extreme, I hope so.
Is it a bride?
It's all
or
a
is
joke,
it-
you're coming to your death.
Is it a bride or is it another groom?
Can't tell with elves.
Oh, that's pretty racist.
that is kind of racist.
You tell me when we get there.
Directly at ages when he says that.
So-
I just he's still hungover. It's fine. Looks really green.
Just hold his head up.
So you guys
Oh,
go
yeah,
to get a
should we wake him
drink.
up yet?
Where are you going to get a drink?
Somewhere close to where the wedding's supposed to be happening, wherever that is.
Cool.
Where shall I leave my axe?
Where's the wedding happening?
With you.
And part of the
Now.
city.
A
You were
temple, a
given
pub, a
yeah.
hall?
It take place at a temple.
A temple.
One of the temples of the Raven Queen.
Oh, you're learning more, right?
Religion check?
Sure, yeah. Anyone
Because,
who's,
I mean...
yeah, religion. You can make religion checks. People can make religion checks on the Raven Queen.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, that's absolute dog shit. And yet better than Thunderdeck.
Hey.
I think.
Who did you roll, Shamshir?
No, I didn't.
Cool. Up.
15.
15.
6.
6.
Not doubles.
Not a double.
Not a double. Not worth it.
7.
7.
18.
18. Okay.
Okay, I was third.
Well played. Out of 5.
To be fair, Aegis probably would have rolled. He got a number. I'll look up his stat block as I'm talking. Stat block character sheet. It does have a stat
Same,
block.
same difference.
Just a
A slip of the tongue from DM there.
Yeah. So, the Raven Queen is part of the major pantheon. She is a widely worshipped goddess. Specifically, she is the goddess of fate and death.
Only one will leave this temple.
It's a
It's
red
not
wedding.
Thunderdome, it's a temple.
And now for the sacrifice.
with-
Who is the best man?
With
Perhaps I
death,
bullshit.
they will part.
Someone got there was an 18 and a 16.
15.
15. Okay. The 18. You do know as well, Eldran, that she was not one of the original gods. She was a mortal that ascended to godhood. So yeah, that's you know the Raven Queen. Know of the Raven Queen. You know her symbol is a raven's head in profile facing left. So yeah, you find yourself somewhere to drink. Sit down and drink. At some point, whilst you're there, Delray does appear,
Yay!
sticking her head in the door in a completely new dress. She went out and bought one.
Oh wow.
And she's like, Jesus, it's like the 5th pub I've looked in.
Sorry.
It's
I-
worrying that you know to look for us in a pub.
I mean,
But
Is
good
it?
to see you.
I mean, it's not like you're going to go set out on the street, my lord.
You're like,
Burn.
Jay.
Might want to lay on hands. Lay some hands
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
bird.
I mean, if I were wearing my armour, I might need it repaired.
Savage.
So you spend some time, killing the time drinking, eventually make your way to the venue. Shade, you'll have been there since quite early in the morning, preparing things.
Just like, oh god. No.
Yeah, with Thor and your parents. Occasionally talking to Valna. Just making sure everything's ready. And then when people arrive, you can start sort of mingling. Which there's a mix of people, though most of the guests are people that you know for obvious reasons.
Weird that. Weird that.
Yeah. So for you guys, when you make your way to the venue and start sort of thing, you're there like, you know Auric because you've recently met him. There's a sort of another scraggly looking kind of dwarf who's there, done his best to smarten up, but he's got like twigs in his hair. There's obviously you guys. There's Thor. There's Shade's parents. Who I'm not
There is
sure.
a reception after this, isn't there? I didn't plan it, so I don't know.
I don't remember what the invite said.
When I get
There
there,
was invites.
how does Shade look at me?
How do you look at him? Just
Feeling
normal, yeah.
fine.
Just like as normal.
Well, you made it. That's good.
When you hear that, you hear Thor sort of snigger behind you as well,
Yeah.
and then
Whatever.
What's the weapon policy?
Thorntrake's walked in with his axe.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I've got mine too.
You definitely don't have anything on you.
Of course I don't. I'm just joking, and I don't really need it when I have fists.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, that's fine.
I have the bag, just
Um,
in case.
You're putting them away.
But
Get off the scabbard,
Sorry,
put it
Drake.
in the bag. Ugh.
just
One hand yeet.
I tried anyway,
Clang,
so-
clang, clang.
take the staff.
No, mind the china in there.
That reminds me, you've got the plates, right?
Oh, that would have been awkward, wouldn't it?
I
Oh
should-
shit, have I got the rings? Yeah. No.
I
Fine.
hope someone's got the rings.
Yeah, my brother does.
Yes.
He
does.
Is there a table for the gifts, or is that after, or what?
That's usually
No.
How does red go with black and purple though? How does my red belt go with black and purple?
Oh,
It's a bit of a contrast.
That's garish. I
Yeah.
think is the word you're after there.
That is unpleasant.
I'm not saying anything.
button over.
No one can say anything. We've got fucking literal Twiggy standing next to you.
Twiggy?
Yeah. Yes, you do. But it is.
Cheese.
It's odd because you're looking around. You guys and the Shade's parents, Erebus's parents, his brother, and these two other people, Auric and the guy who introduced himself as Bran.
Is that Twig Boy?
Yeah, Twig
Yes.
Dwarf.
Twig boy.
Twig boy, you can't use boy as well when you've already got stone boy.
Is that like?
That's
is
the
that-
point,
is that
the boy
everyone- is that
collection.
Everyone in attendance.
Okay.
Hmm?
Is
Yeah,
it-
that's it.
That's everyone.
That's everyone.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Jesus, small.
And
I go and say hello to
Are there
Erebus's
bridesmaids?
parents and
there will be bridesmaids, but they don't arrive before the wedding.
I go and say hello to Erebus's parents
Cool.
and introduce myself and make small talk and
Cool.
Such
They
thing.
are known as Lucian and Kira. Yeah. The dwarf introduced himself as Bran. Says that he also works with Shade, like Ulrich.
So is that like camouflage?
No, that was from when I was a bird this morning.
Right.
Trying to write there and just read what?
You intend him keeping it?
Well, I'm going to be a bird again later, so it seems pointless clearing it out now.
Fair enough.
I'm a druid.
I figured.
I was about to write druid question mark or halfway
Yeah, you
through
got
druid
that
and
right.
you confirmed it. I'm like, I will stop the
Really?
question mark.
Twigs in the hair turning into an animal. Yes, that's a good droid.
so on a scale of 1 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
how fucking weird and creepy is the temple and the priests moving around within it?
It's. I mean, you're not quite properly in the temple. You're in the foyer, as it were, but
Okay.
it is not a pleasant place to be standing. You're talking in the foyer. You're talking sort of like motifs of ravens are heavily present.
No shit.
Yeah, as are the various symbols of death, like skulls and crossbows, things like that. And the
Secretly a funeral for you.
yeah. The priests and priestesses wandering around, because it's hard to tell the gender, are all sort of wearing black robes and they all have a raven mask on.
Maybe his mask wouldn't have been that out of place.
So you're getting some unpleasant vibes. It's also all very dark and purple, just everything is black and purple in terms of colouring. And all the light is provided by black candles. They are burning yellow with a proper light, but they are all black. Just they're full on to the. You're in
Goth
you're
look.
welcome to the Temple of Goth.
Yeah.
They've committed hard
Yes.
to the
Yeah.
decor thing.
Yeah.
It's him playing in the background.
Got some evanescence. I don't know.
So all of us. All
No,
of us
you
here
can't have
including
Bring Me
Shade,
to
right?
Life playing in
Shade,
here.
yeah.
It's a temple of death.
Shade.
Mm.
So, what is the Raven Queen?
She is. Hold on, sorry.
That's what you want.
Well, she was once a mortal that became to godhood. She looks over fate and death.
You couldn't think of any more of a pleasing metaphor for your holy bondage here to your loving wife?
Holy bondage.
Everyone has their own preferences. So who I worship.
Eldoran. So what's the Raven Queen?
Yes. What he just said.
She's a goddess.
Okay.
You're not normally one for a fit of the giggles, Eldoran. What the fuck's going on with you?
Holy bondage.
Really? Really?
Fucking paladins.
To be fair, they don't normally find shit like this funny.
Oh dear, sorry.
Paladins.
I don't know. It's, it's a religious joke.
Oh yes, they always get me.
Blessed be thy ball gag.
Killer.
After hanging around and waiting for a time inside the foyer, you're all eventually told to enter into the temple proper, where you're not taken into the main assembly hall because there's like 12 of you. It would be a bit pointless. So you're taken off to a slightly smaller chamber where there's a total of there's you guys 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 chairs.
Oh, so we're not standing up as the wedding party. We're just wearing the suits to all match. And
Yes.
We're sitting down. Right.
Yeah, because I mean, essentially, when there's 14 people attending,
We're all dying, go to the afterlife.
I mean, it's kind of a funeral for like.
All protest.
Yeah, the inside of this room is the same sort of decor.
You said there's 14 chairs.
I think there's 14 chairs. Hang on. There's you 7.
8.
7. Because
Oh, yeah,
you won't be
because you're-
sitting
Oh,
there.
yeah, he doesn't sit.
Yeah. There's you
Do that.
7. Ulrich, Bran, I think I miscounted actually, and Thor, Lucian, Kieran.
Parents.
No, I got right. 14. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 14 chairs.
So is Thor standing up beside, or is Thor sitting down?
Thor, when you go in, Thor is standing, but there are 3 chairs that are marked as reserved, or specifically you're just told not to sit in them because no point marking them as reserved when there's 3 out of 14 people.
Did you count the +1?
I didn't at the
15.
time, yeah, but they can quickly add an additional chair. That's not difficult. So you guys are sat in an awkward thing. There's like, it's now 15, so there's like 7 on one side and 8 on another side to still form an aisle, but you're like 2 by 2. Because that's the only way it works. Thor has a chair on his own at the front. He's the single on his own. But you're not told to sit on a specific side for bride or groom. You are told to sit wherever. Shade or Erebus, you are at the front standing with your brother and Valna, the priestess. Valna.
Don't mind the
Just
wolves.
starts barking like a
The
dog.
wolves are for later. They're for
Oh,
later.
Twiggy, he's turned
Yeah,
into
he's-
again, bastard.
He smelled the stick in his hair and then turned into a dog to chase it.
Oh, I was going to say the bride's here.
Wow.
That's a lot worse.
Wow.
A lot worse. I regret that I didn't go there.
Right, I'm the most
you
terrible
did.
person here tonight.
Yeah. And the night before it was.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Valna steps forward and goes, are you ready, Erebus?
Yes.
At the point, Valna is not wearing a raven mask.
Are you wearing your
Face hugger.
Impregnation
No.
device.
You're not, okay.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not wearing your mask, right? Yes, you can all clearly see
His face.
this this pretty unpleasant scar down his face. Yeah, it is not pretty.
No,
Um,
it hurts.
yeah. So Valna is a female high elf. She's quite old. Alabaster skin color, ice blue hair, and blue eyes flecked with gold. She's about 5'1" in height.
She's an old elf.
Old elf, yeah.
So you better not take her to the island then, because she'll just die. Okay.
Maybe she wants that.
Yes. So you're ready, yes? Wonderful. We shall begin. And she sort of looks out across you guys, and the sort of room you're in starts to fill with the sound of violins playing a very melancholy melody, but strangely warming to hear. It's this odd contradiction of it sounds sad, but it doesn't make you feel sad. You are asked to stand as the doors at
Darek should not change height.
I was like, so down,
Yeah.
hop off the chair.
Stand on the chair then, maybe.
You stand on the chair. As the doors at the back open, and you watch as a female moon elf, very pale skin, long pale blonde hair, light blue eyes, about 5'8", starts making her way in, wearing a very simple purple and black dress. She is sort of scattering black petals over the floor, which sort of seems a bit redundant on the floor, but they have a theme to go for. She makes her way to the front and sort of steps to the side and puts the basket down on one of the chairs. And then following in behind her is another moon elf who looks almost identical in sort of facial features and height. But she is.
Twins.
But the bride's dress is far more impressive. It has a purple bodice and black skirt. The skirt is lined with what appears to be raven feathers. And then the train, which is the most striking part of the dress, sort of starts out from her shoulders and looks like a pair of raven wings that come down to the floor. And
So slightly badass.
Over her face is a purple veil, and she is walking down the aisle, or as she's moving, it actually doesn't look like she's walking. It looks like she's sort of flying along, because as she walks, the train sort of flaps and the wings move. She is arm in arm with someone that you all recognise, because she's been walked down the aisle by Eldenth.
Oh damn.
He walks her down to in front of Erebus, and then he goes to sit down, and then looks up, and walks over to the edge of the room, where you will suddenly notice there is another male wood elf standing, who looks very similar to Eldenth, a little bit older, with on his arms he's got monk wrappings, who's just sort of standing at the edge in the shadows. I'm pretty sure he wasn't there before.
Now that y'all know who he is.
No.
No, we're just up here, man.
Yeah. Erebus, Glessel is standing in front of you, looking up at you. Do you want to say or do anything before the ceremony begins?
drink.
And we all slit our wrists and leave. No.
I didn't realise this was a death cult.
Well, no, first, no.
Nope.
No, there is nothing to say, just,
Cool.
just the look of, she looks stunning.
Yeah. So Valna steps forward and sort of raises the veil out of her off her face and then looks around and says, "Welcome, friends, family, companions. Today we watch as the threads of two individuals entwine and share a single fate. They make this decision before the mistress of fate herself, the Raven Queen. Today they bind themselves to one another for those whose fates also intertwine with theirs. Erebus Nailo,
Or whoever it is.
Nailo,
I don't pronounce it like that.
Glessel, Celeveran. Today is your day. May the Raven Queen bless your marriage. Erebus, I would ask you to speak your vows first today."
Glessel, my love, may it be fate that has us standing here today. I, Erebus Nihilo, solemnly promise to love and protect you, stand beside and guide you through times of hardship. You are my shining star, as too will I be your light in the dark. Know that I will love you with all my heart and will cherish you from now unto eternity.
Valna smiles, nods, looks over to Glessel. Glessel, now your vows. Glessel starts to speak. She says, "Erebus Nihilo, I, Glessel Celeveran, today give to you my thread of fate, to bind to yours from this day forwards. I will love you, stay by your side, and guide you through any darkness that comes our way. For us to be together is meant to be, and our fate will be the same." Valna says, "With this exchanging of vows, Erebus and Glessel have stated their intention to bind their fate henceforth. I give to you the rings to just bestow upon the other's fingers." She turns to take the first ring from Thor. As she does so, you also feel wind blowing through the temple.
Okay.
And the air suddenly becomes very, very chill. To the point of when you're breathing, you're seeing your breath appear. You will feel as if a presence has entered the temple, and you hear a voice formed of 1,000 different voices rasp through the air. "Erebus and Glessel, your threads interest me. I would see them through to the end. Erebus, I have a gift for you should you desire to earn it. Return to me and follow your thread. You can and will find it should you follow your fate." That the wind stops, the presence vanishes, and the temperature in the room returns to normal. most of you at this point, I think all of you are looking around a little confused.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm anywhere near you, I'll be like, give my axe.
I want to look to one of the priests, the priests and priestesses, like the the people of the temple, to see if they react of like this is normal or what the fuck.
There is only one in the room. It's Valna running it. She has just got the red and has just turned back and smiling. That's all she's doing. She wasn't smiling before. And she turns to you, Erebus, and says, Erebus, Threadwatched Niello, please place this ring upon Glessel's finger. Glessel, Threadwatched Celeverin, please place this ring upon Erebus's finger.
I'll hold my head up.
Yeah. As of now, I claim your threads entwined and bound together. Erebus, Threadwatched, Niello, you may kiss your bride. Glessel, Threadwatched, Niello. Cool.
I'm not sure if you cheer in this place or not.
You were meant to slit your throats. I mean,
Oh, sorry.
It helps by the wood elf in the corner with the monk wrappings starts clapping first.
That seems like a
Metallica.
Yeah. Cool.
You get out lighters and start swaying.
So,
All these
Erebus,
fucking feathers around.
Erebus and Glessel make their way out to the foyer. The rest of you file out. The two wood elves do in fact follow you. They don't just immediately disappear.
oh, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
I'm generally surprised by that.
Yes, you're all sort of standing. There is a reception sort of organised at one of the nearby taverns. This is not taking place in this place. Glessel refused to allow it to take place in the temple. But she, even like just the whole way she's moving, she continues to look like she's just flying, which makes for an interesting thing as you walk across town to the tavern you're going to.
That dress is as fuck.
Yeah, where obviously Thor, Erebus, Glessel, and Gillel will be there before you guys to greet you as you go in, but the greetings don't take very long because that's like 30% of the entire party just at the door. If any of you want to say anything to any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want to introduce myself to the bride at some point during the evening.
That's cool. I mean, that's as good a time as any when she's thanking you.
I think we present the gift at that time as well.
I will.
Sure.
I was going to ask if they had a table for gift.
They probably do have a table for... actually, no, they probably don't, because I don't think they're expecting many,
Oh,
if any.
Oh, well,
It'd be rather presumptuous and quite having an empty table except for like one or two.
Yeah,
things, so.
yeah.
in which case, congratulations, and from us.
Thank you. You're Eldoran Skylark.
Correct.
It is an honour, my lord.
Well, thank you for inviting us all along.
To be fair, Erebus. That's weird to say. Erebus, we invited you.
It's weird to hear.
How do you want to be?
Inside, let them greet everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome, Icarus.
Thank you.
Welcome, Darek.
Congratulations, I hope you enjoyed my gift. I indicate showed.
She looks at you oddly and then
I-
Don't worry,
I'm
you'll
like,
get it.
What?
Yeah,
Don't worry, you'll get it.
welcome, Throndrake.
It was
Welcome.
weird.
I thought so. That is not the Raven Queen is not who I've followed, but is who Shade prays to.
Who's
So,
your god?
I don't really follow a god as such.
Hmm.
I lay gifts to certain gods before particular things, but I don't have a specific god I follow.
The dress is nice.
Thank
And I just walk in.
Yeah.
I like ravens.
They're birds, they fly.
Welcome, Pa. Thank you for attending. It is, yes. Welcome, Shamshir.
It's my pleasure. It's lovely to meet you at long last. Erebus has always spoken so highly of you. And I'll give Erebus the gift that I got him a while ago, which is that ninja scarf with the bird pattern on the end of it.
Nice.
To replace the old bedraggled ones. So.
Yep.
Yes.
Now he will look the part on business too. I haven't seen him dressed formally before.
It is an odd look.
It was a very rare occasion.
Yes.
What was the kitten bowls? I don't know if you passed what they made of.
Silver. Like what?
The silver.
Silver plates, yeah.
I'll look at the silver plate.
They are wrapped.
Oh, okay.
So whether she's unwrapped them at the door.
She probably hasn't. She's probably just taken them and sort of passed them over somewhere to put them down.
I really think
Oh,
you.
so they're wrapped up, so it's impossible to see what material they are. Or...
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, silver,
yeah.
like arch nemesis.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know that yet. I'm gonna freak the fuck out when I do.
Unfortunately, she took it, but at least you confirmed she's not a lycanthrope.
I mean, technically, he can carry it back because it's wrapped in paper.
It's
Now.
also
For the now.
For now.
Oh yeah. Didn't think of that.
So there's no warnings to give. I can just go straight through.
We've given the wife something to defend herself. Give him the plate.
Bang! I'll learn you.
Bran and Ulrich come through, offer their congratulations, as do your parents. Then Eldanth and Raynor come in together.
Yeah.
Briefly. They literally come in, and Eldanth's like, that was good. Winks. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting to hear from her.
No, I don't think many people do. Still, congratulations to the pair of you.
Oh, thank you too for turning up.
Well, I got asked to.
You did.
Well, actually, no, to be fair, I wasn't asked. Raynor was asked. He said no. And then I said I was asked. But don't let it affect work.
Wow.
Hey man, they're professional. Like,
To the heart of the matter.
like, I totally get that. Yeah,
Yeah,
speaking of which, we've got to go and kill someone right now, so see you later.
Yeah.
No.
And then
Yeah.
I have council business to do, so enjoy the rest of your day. Just turns and leaves.
It's fine.
And then
So-
Raynor.
Was she taken away by the member of the council, or was I seeing things?
I don't know, but I can see promotions in the near future.
For your
It
information.
helps.
To
You're at the door,
yeah,
we're
to be
inside.
fair, he never actually gave her away. He just walked her down the
Yes.
aisle.
I will bring that up.
So
Speech!
Hang on,
Speech!
Raynor is still there. How's the condition?
Furry.
It's quite a hairy situation.
I was like, I've got to think of a furry pun here, but no, it's not coming to me.
It's great.
It's a strong bid for MVP this week, French.
Man, all the inspiration over here. He's on fire.
That much fur, yeah, you would.
I've been meaning to talk to the parents about it as well, really.
Still getting used to it.
Did you know your son is a lycanthrope?
Cat.
More training is required.
I assumed as much. I would recommend. It's not normal. Glessel finds out on account of. Well.
Her condition.
Yeah, her condition. Which actually I should have pointed out when she walked down the aisle to you guys. She was obviously pregnant.
kind of goes against what we talked about a while back, but okay.
Yes, but I think you're going to find it hard to hide.
Yes, and I would very much like to let her know.
Yes, you have my permission.
Thank you.
What did you find before you came back?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
On the island.
You found the island. Impressive.
I somewhat aged like 400 years upon landing on it. No one else did.
Interesting. Anything else?
Are you free later to talk? I don't think this is the right reception for it.
To be fair, at this point, it is basically...
But it is us, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
well-
others that...
Yeah, I mean, you're still at the point where people would have to come quite close to over here.
Yeah.
And Gilil has not waited for Raynor and Eldant to walk in because she assumed they weren't going to walk in.
Mhm.
And Thor made the same assumption. He doesn't really know. He knows who Eldant is. And he's like, they're not going to come to the fucking reception. So they've left. So it's sort of just you
Oh, it
and
is.
Glessel's just sort of hanging around. But because it's Raynor talking to you, she has sort of backed up a bit.
Okay, fair enough. No, okay. Yeah, there's a weird sensation of I should go somewhere on that island. Can't explain why, just a direction. Oh, and that storm is awful.
Well,
Like, beyond any magic I've seen before.
that is why people don't go there. Does the storm rage around the island?
Yes, from what we see.
Right. Does the island... You went to the island. Does the island have the storm?
No, we briefly landed on it.
Interesting.
We lost 6 days.
Very interesting. Well, you've more to research, so maybe you'll find out more information.
I hope so.
Enjoy your reception. I have things to do.
Thank you.
And he turns and walks out the door and then sort of almost like completely
And
vanishes.
poof,
Yeah.
he gone.
he goes and finds he goes and finds a shadow and then just goes across town.
Disappear.
Rain all things.
Just rain all things. Yeah. Which some of you may have overheard, like you will all know who Eldanth is, and to an extent you guys will know that Eldanth has a brother who is supposed to be on the council, but Eldanth is sent instead. So you get the sense now, having properly looked at them, you've just indirectly met Eldanth's brother.
The actual council member.
But he was... you get a sense of where Shade gets his talkativeness from.
Must be a wood elf thing.
Yes.
But cool. So you're at the reception. Stuff to eat, stuff to drink, music.
Yep.
Fun times.
Dance.
Yeah, I'll talk to Del and say, so do you regret saying yes to coming today so far?
How on earth did Shade get her?
Yeah, I was wondering the batting above average thing myself.
I didn't realise it was a ballista wedding. You know
Crossbow wedding.
It's been fun. I was not expecting her.
Neither were we.
Yes,
You not
that's,
met her.
yeah. That's fair play to Shade.
I mean,
Erebus, apparently.
yes, we know so little. I was slightly wondering if it was going to be another he instead.
Glessel. It's a nice name. Cool. any of you rest of you want to have any conversations with anyone about anything?
Alright, probably got the newlyweds.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Error, how would you like to be?
Whatever you prefer. However, we're in public, which is most of the time, and most of the time people don't know who I am. You use shade.
Fair enough. Well then, Erebus, as the situation says. Do you mind me asking how you both met? Or are
Through
we
the Shadow Guard. We have similar interests
Sneaky murder.
and similar personalities.
Not talking.
And you bonded on the job.
You've hit the nail on the head there. It was actually over killing someone. A few people actually, two.
Hit the target on the head then.
Yeah.
Blessel says, Shade is efficient in close combat. I prefer to use a bow.
So you make quite the team together.
In essence.
And I must say, do you know when you're expecting?
When was the last time you were in Jofriem? I think it was about a month ago. Shortly before then.
Ah, so this is quite late.
Mm.
Well, I expect that by the time after your honeymoon, if it hasn't happened already, when we next meet, there'll be a number of new names to remember. Or a new name.
No, keep me the first one. That was better.
That was so good. Like, suddenly I fucked up here.
That wasn't a fuck up. That was the best little subtle
Litter of
dig ever.
babies.
Number of new names.
A number? Why would there be a number?
You might give one kid 5 names.
He's got at least 2.
Might be twins, you don't know.
Yeah, you're right there. At least 2.
Well, it's a new surname and a new first name, which I'm still trying to
And
remember.
probably 2 aliases, you never know.
As with your line of works, yes.
Watch 2 people with negative charisma dig their way out of a hole.
I have positive, I am very positive, I'm the sorcerer. I'm an idiot, not the character, I'm the idiot here.
Yeah, I have the negative charisma.
I did this before and somehow I ended up spending the night with a pirate lord.
Hey!
Just don't end up spending the night with his wife.
No.
No.
Unless they're into that.
Bridesmaid, however.
Game.
Well, congratulations, and I hope
Thank
you
you.
like the gift.
I look forward to opening it.
I'd love to join up.
Not tonight. Yeah, no, I don't know what it is.
We really look forward to opening that burn.
I may have made a mistake.
No, you haven't. No,
Hey,
you bloody
it
haven't.
leads on to a perfect conversation I need to have with her anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, he's just going to be forced to have the conversation rather than able to pick the moment.
Oh, you are. Why is the silver plate burning you? Well, funny you mentioned that. Actually.
Well, this confirms that she doesn't know
You
that.
might be having a lit.
Yeah, the kid might be a werewolf. Whoops. No.
Be impressive as a werewolf.
Yeah,
That's not your
kid.
kid.
No questions to ask.
I was like, but that was one time. I mean, what?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Cool.
She's into lycanthropes.
Anyone else? Conversations with each other?
Yeah, now it's your turn to fuck up. I was trying to say something.
No, it's open to questions.
Yeah, so I'll go up to. So, what during that ceremony?
Mhm.
What was it? Threadwatched?
Yeah,
Any clue? Was that supposed to happen? Was that scripted?
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what that is.
No.
That's terrifying.
I don't know, I like it. It's an extra name.
1 second.
Are you actually adding it to your name? Is it going to be your middle name from now? Assuming you don't already have a middle name that I don't know about already.
No middle name.
Well, now you do, I guess.
And I guess I do.
You both have matching middle names.
I know. It's interesting. And I wasn't expecting to hear from her.
Okay. Well,
But I'm following that path.
evidently. Well, given the circumstances, and obviously I would have done this before, but I'm definitely going to make sure that we bring him back every time.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Oh shit, son. Oh.
Because I know important shit when I see it.
Put him back, but he's in this baggie.
Oh no, alive and breathing.
I have an ear. 1 second. There you go. one shade.
We had him ground up
He
and
has no
turned into
scar.
thread.
Version 2.0.
If
I
There's
made.
a coat made out of it.
Boom! He's alive again. Sorry.
So-
I will stop derating.
you can, because we could have done this earlier. Shade, Eldoran, and Par can make religion checks on the term Threadwatched.
Boo, 7.
I have proficiency in religion.
Oh, you.
That's
when
fine,
you were a kid.
but you didn't know the religion check on the Raven Queen earlier wasn't high enough
That makes sense.
to trigger the potential additional information.
Also a 7.
7, cool.
6.
6.
7, whatever the fuck
God,
it
I
was.
couldn't have done any worse.
You rolled 1.
2. I rolled a 1.
Well, Threadwatch means your thread is watched.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
I feel like we're going to have to ask someone about
Go
that.
find threads
Yes.
and watch them.
You got a new nickname? Threads.
Spiders.
Find a
I
text on
can't
there.
have another one.
Find loads of threads there.
I've got 3 though.
3.
Yeah.
So that's like 6 now that I've got.
Cool.
I already have 2.
At least.
Sweet.
Wonderful. Cool.
Yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with someone. We can shorthand it.
Who are you having a conversation with?
The bridesmaid.
Jill?
Of course.
Jello.
Yep.
Go try and pull
Taken
her.
anyway.
That's fair. You try, and she shuts you down hard.
She's into guys that go above her knee.
It's not even that. No, you get the sense that she cares. She cares about 2 things: her job and her sister, and that is it.
Yeah.
There is nothing that gets in the way between those 2 things.
Yeah.
Cool project.
Wow.
Good luck.
So,
However,
Only
There's like-
skeletons.
3 people in the party that might pique her interest. I don't know because of classes.
so
But
are you
still,
saying
no,
we need a
shut
new
down.
bard? This one's about to get murdered.
it's just a bad person to try, Paul.
Take dominate person later on.
The person here is the.
That would be
the
funny
person
to watch.
here is- It's his mum and the bride.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and the mum's already married.
So it's the
Oh,
bride.
so it's and date.
Delray.
Try and pull the bride.
Yeah, just say you got them mixed
In a
up with
probes, dude. In a probes. Even for Darek.
Then you might find an arrow and a dagger in your back.
Yeah. I mean, Jello is pleasant to talk to, but she very much any sort of advance, she's just like no.
No, fair enough. I just chat with her and talk about
Yeah.
rogue stuff. I don't know.
You talk to her about rogue stuff.
So,
She talks about
Sneaking around,
spells.
stealthing, wearing dark clothes.
She also talks to you about spells and magic because she is a wizard.
Yeah.
Is she a helix?
No.
Okay, project. Cool. What was the name?
Jello.
Jill.
Yeah.
Jello.
Oh, Jello. Cool.
That's not Jello.
It is now.
It is now. Like Jello and Springs.
Awesome. All done? Any more talkings? Everyone content? We will.
Nothing more.
Cool. And then you will enjoy the reception. Eventually separate and head your different ways. And we will call the session there. As Shade and Glessil go on honeymoon, and you guys spend a week doing downtime before returning to your quest. So there we go. That is the end of episode 25. Thank you guys for watching. Now, just to let you guys know, we will not have a new episode come out for 4 weeks, I think.
It's
About 4 weeks.
Right.
We are moving our studio. We are moving to a much better place, and we need to do stuff to set it up. So whilst we're doing setup, we're doing that. Also, Sam's not here, and it's a little difficult to do things about Erebus/Shade whilst he's not here.
Shade of us. Shade of us.
Shade of us.
There we
God,
go.
more than
I was going for error aid. And
Errant
Errant.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.
Done.
So yeah, but there will be something coming out in 3 weeks' time. If you keep an eye out through October, maybe towards the end of October on a date, you may find something special. Thank you for watching. Go check out all our social media and all the other stuff we do. Links are in the description. We will see you in our next episode. Goodbye.